But let me show you another way to see this, and then I want to. Okay, so class, we're gonna flip it a little bit. So go to the next slide, bro. Okay, so we're gonna talk about journey to the top. So you ready? Everybody, come down here, and Chris, you can stand right there. Everybody, come here. You can, Chris, hang out right there. Okay. So same thing. Line up in the same way. You're here, bro. You are here. You're here. You're here. Okay. So let me play this out for you. Okay. This is the starting line, and we're going to have a race up to the steps to the top. But we're going to really set the starting line up. So Layla, you come this way. Where should she go? Maybe.
Probably a little bit up on the second set of steps.
Okay, why don't you go at least go right up there? Maybe start in the second step. And Connor, where's he going to go?
Probably right at the top of the first step.
Right there. How about right there? And Andrea? Andra? Where are you from? Puerto Rico. Okay, where's Andra going to go?
I think she's going to go a little bit behind Connor.
Okay, and Nico?
Midway up.
And Zahir, you go back here. Dude, all right, right here, Doug. How about right here?
You can start at the first step.
Okay, right there. Okay, so here's the deal. Now, let me show you how inequality works, bro. You ready?
Yep.
So, here's what happens. We're going to start the race of life. And I want to show you this because I want to, it's really matters. So, dude, your job is to catch up with Layla. Because see Layla, wave your hand. See Layla up there? Dude, his job is to what? What did you tell him, bro?
Work hard, treat people with respect, and you should be able to advance in life.
Okay, you're going to advance in life. And if you work really hard, what you first said is he can do anything he wants, meaning he can get to Layla if he works really hard.
That's my belief.
Okay. Same with Nico. Dude, I just think I think you got to come back down here, though, dog. Sorry, man. Sorry.
I tried, man.
But you're going to be all right, dude. You're all right. Okay. Same with this guy. Same with everybody else. But watch what happens when things get going. Okay, everybody? Right? Watch what happens. So, everyone, turn around this way. And just at a normal pace. So, you ready? You're going for the pot of gold at the top, dog. You ready? And just start. Go ahead and go. Just everybody, start walking. All right, stop. Hang on a second. Dude, so here's the problem. You see that. It's a very simple thing. Zaire, you're going to catch up with her, right? You got that? You got to work really hard to catch up with Layla and with Connor here. The problem is, those of you who are in this group, bro, including you, here's the problem. Layla's turned this way. She's headed up the stairs. She's just doing what she does. But every time Nico and Zaire start moving forward, so does Connor and Layla. They keep going. So hang on. Y'all, you ready? You ready? You're going to make your next best move to become the gazillionaire and be successful? So go ahead, walk again. So here we are. Once again, we're going. So, okay, hang on. So everyone's going. Nobody stopped. Chris, so the idea that you have, and I want you to respond to this, your idea that if these people down here, like Zaire, if he just is smart and nice and works really hard, he can move forward. The problem is, they're moving forward too. And so, dude, I'm sorry to say, you can work, you can spin and spin and spin, and you can pull your boots up by the bootstraps till the straps come off, and that's good, and you might make it up there, but you're going to make it up there while these folks are moving also. They're not stopping. So the idea with the starting line, and get ready, I want you to respond to this. The idea with the starting line, y'all, back here, we have this idea that, okay, we're all at Penn State. We all start our careers on the same day, the very first day of our freshman year. And we're all climbing the stairs. But while some of us, like Zaire, are climbing back here, some of us are already way up there. So
I can't worry about her, though. I
What's
got to
that?
worry about what I'm doing to get up there.
You don't worry about that?
No, I said I can't worry about her. I got to worry about what I'm doing to get up there.
Yeah,
So
I got you.
when everybody comes to college, you can't worry about anybody else but yourself, because she doesn't take my exams. I take them in.
Okay.
If I get a bad grade, she doesn't, her GPA doesn't go down, mine does. So
Okay, so the problem is this, though, right? Are you thinking about him? What are you thinking about?
Making more money.
What are you thinking about with your grades and stuff?
Yeah.
You're thinking about your grades?
Yeah, not
Are you
his.
thinking about people like Zaire?
What does that
if your roommate come in your room and say, yeah, I failed the calc exam, but you got an A, how you going to feel about that?
That sounds like a personal problem.
Exactly.
It's your personal problem. Dude, sorry, dude, should have studied harder. But you're thinking about you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Chris, I want you to respond to this. Now, I'm not holding you down. I really want to hear your response. So the problem is, Zaire just said what you want to hear, what we all want to hear. Especially in the United States. Zaire said, and keep this in mind, he said what most people in his position are going to say. I'm not worried about Layla and Connor and all these people. I'm not worried about them. I'm just going to look out for myself. I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to do the best that I can do, and I'm going to move forward. The problem is, the problem that I want to respond to, and Chris, this is what I want you to respond to, is
All right.
while he's saying that, Layla is saying, what are you saying? You're looking out for yourself, right?
Isn't everyone?
I don't know. Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, so the problem is she's looking out for her. She's thinking like, well, all he can do is work hard. But when we throw that one piece in, it's that one tiny little ideological idea, y'all, that one single one. And the one is, hey, if everybody just works really hard, they can do everything they want. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Zaire might make it to where Layla's at, because Zaire might be a harder worker than Layla, or Connor. Andrea? Andra? Andra. Or maybe than Andra, or maybe Nico. But if we put all the Zaires together in this spot, and we put all the Laylas and everybody else in that spot, what we can assume is all the Laylas are just looking out for themselves. They're just doing what they're doing every day. And you know what they're doing? They're climbing the ladder, but they're climbing the ladder up here. Yes?
Yes, but people start off at a lower
Hold it right
range.
here.
I mean, some people start off at a lower range. My parents didn't automatically wake up with money. So
Yeah, okay.
they were probably in Zaire's position and made it up here.
So
So
some people do that,
yes.
but not everyone does that.
No, but I don't think that you can think about it and it's all you, because if you do have the resources and the money, you should turn around and help others.
You should turn around and help others?
Yeah. Isn't that the...
I don't know. Listen, hold the mic up to your mouth. Really.
Sorry. I think that if you have the resources, you should, in turn, like if you are in a position to help others, you should.
Okay, well, let me ask you, Chris, can you just respond to this problem here? It's a twist in your ideology.
I didn't hear anything she said.
Okay, that's all right. Neither did I, and I'm standing right next to her. But don't worry about that. I want to go back to No, I'm just kidding. What she said was, you can't worry about that. If you get up here, like her parents didn't start with a lot of money, and they made money. But the idea is you should look back. It's good to look back and help other people out,
Yeah.
right? Okay, but here's what I want you to respond to. Respond to the fact that Zaire can work really, really hard, but Layla's also going to work hard, and Layla's going to continue to be way out ahead of Zaire unless she just falls apart, and she's probably not going to. So what now do you tell Zaire? Just tell him something else.
Something else?
Yeah, because
I got a question.
Go ahead.
What is this in terms of, like, this?
Dude, everything, man. Her parents are more, her children are more likely to go to a better school than your kids. She's more likely to live in a bigger house than you will. She's more likely to have more money, make more money than you. She's more likely to have bigger cars than you. She's more likely to have X, Y, or Z, X, Y, or Z. It's all of it. It's in terms of everything. More likely. It doesn't mean that you can't win at some point, but she's more likely.
But it's gonna be like that for anybody. It's always gonna be somebody with more money than you, or
Dude, exactly, but that's not my point. I'm responding to the question of what do we do? What you said was this. If these people down here work really hard, they can do anything they want. And I'm saying they can do just about anything they want, except probably catch up to the people on top who had an amazing head start. Maybe they can, but they probably can't. Individuals can, but most people can't. So now what do you say to him?
I don't entirely know what you say to something like that.
Just give it a shot, though.
The only thing I can say is what I've been told and the mentality that I've gotten with my entire life, with both sides of my family, my brothers, my father, and everyone. You just have to keep battling. There's going to be everyone looking down on you. There's going to be a lot of obstacles in your way, and the best thing you can do is try to overcome them and just keep battling.
Okay,
That's
dude,
all I've got.
follow me. All right, follow me. Okay, get ready. Stand here. Dude, can you go stand next to him, actually? Here, Chris, you come with me. You ready, y'all? Okay. Turn around. Dude, you are up here, okay? You got more than they do. You're better off than they are. You're like moving forward faster than they are. You're more likely to succeed. You're more likely to get a better job. You're more likely to make more money, all because of things that your parents had, not anything that you've really. Well, you've worked hard too. Like, you work hard. You're not lazy, right? You're not lazy. You work hard, okay? But they're working hard. So now what I want you to do is, from this vantage point, tell them down there what you just said and say it in a way that you think they might hear. In other words, you ready? Rich people. Watch how it works, including everybody in this room if you're an American. Because you can be speaking, Chris right now could be speaking to people in Haiti. Doesn't really matter. What are you going to say? Because it's really easy. And now I'm really putting you on the spot, right? And I like what you're saying, by the way. It's cool. And it's really easy to say, hey, yo, down there, just keep working really hard, and I'm going to work really hard too and make a hell of a lot more than you, have more power, better job, bigger house, all that kind of stuff. My kids are going to have more than your kids, probably. Maybe not on an individual level, but probably. If we took all of you together in this class, you're going to do way better than the poorest people in this class. So now from up here, tell them what they should do. Yeah, let's let Chris do it.
That's been the mentality I've had with my life, has just been to work hard. It worked for my parents, worked when my dad had literally nothing, and he was paying for the mortgage on the house and for both of my brothers to go to college and to pay for the part of my grandma's health. So that's the way I've lived my life, and it's worked for me. I started off as a pretty dumb kid. I failed a lot of classes over my time, and it took basically getting my ass kicked from myself and basically from my dad yelling at me to work and build to where I am.
Yeah, you can say something. Hold the mic really close and speak
Okay.
loudly.
Well, like, he says that you have
Hold it closer.
to work hard, but that is
You got to hold it really close.
okay, sorry. But, like, my parents started off, like, at the bottom. We're immigrants. I'm an immigrant. I'm from Cameroon. And my dad worked his way through law school. My mom worked her way through school, built her company. So it is very possible to get up here. And I think that you can't just do this without all the other factors like race and gender. Like, if we were all down there and we didn't know our socioeconomics, whatever, I would probably be at the back because I'm a black woman. Then it would be Zaire, and then it would be the rest of them. And I think that even if you do have money, if I have money, I would still have hardships because of my race.
Okay. So if we put the two of you equal together,
It's not possible. We're not
great. But
equal.
if you end up in the same job and so on, you might predict that, well, Chris will go a little faster, a little
Yes.
farther, and so on. Okay, that's cool. Here's the issue, right? You ready? Dudes, How do the two of you, deal then with the fact that you can work really hard, but you're probably not going to be there? Are you expecting to be up there?
Well, let me just say this. Everybody in here might not have aspirations on being up there. Everyone has, like,
No, I get
success is defined differently between different people. Somebody here might want to own a pizza shop. That's success to them. Or somebody might want to become a teacher. But
Some people might want to just clean teeth and not be a dentist. Right?
I guess I don't.
No, yeah, be a dental assistant. Like, why do
Yeah.
I want to be a dentist? I'll just be an assistant. You know what I mean? Okay, I got it. How about you, bro? Do you have anything you want to say?
Well, I think it's hard for people who start off with a lot of money to relate to people who are poor. So when people start off poor and then make a lot of money, they contribute to the factors that made them successful. But if you start off rich, you don't realize what made you successful. Like, it's hard to give back to people that are poor because you don't understand what it takes for them to work their way up.
Yeah, I think that's true sometimes, definitely. And I also agree, Zaire, with what you're saying. I think my issue, y'all, is this. The issue I have, look, if you're at the top, y'all, those of you who are at the top, and it's pretty much everybody in here, because once again, you can look to Haiti, you can look to other countries, you can look all sorts of places. If you're at the top, you just have advantages built into being at the top. So when someone asks you about, like, well, what do you say to people at the bottom? You can't say anything. There's nothing you can say. Like, Layla, you can say, well, my parents started poor and they worked really hard. Yeah, exactly. Some parents start poor, some people start poor, and they make it. But if everybody who started poor and worked really hard made it, there would be no poor people, because poor people work just as hard as everybody else. Everybody works hard. You know what I mean? Bro, does your family work hard? Does your family work hard? They work hard? Or are they all lazy? Are they all lazy and that's why you're here? Okay, they work hard. If we go up here at the top, your family works hard. So the problem is, y'all, look, the moment you say, well, if you're at the bottom, if you want to get up here, you just got to work really hard and then you'll get up. No, look, no matter what happens, people up here, we're all moving up here in a different world. And so you can never look back here and say, just work harder. It's advantages. This is the nature of inequality. You have a certain amount of advantages and power by being here that other people down there don't have. And you use it, and it cycles around. And then what we do is we develop an ideology, bro, like your ideology. I know it's what you're saying is like, look, all I can say is just work hard. It's what I've been taught. And it's like that's all you can say. It's the best thing for you to say. Yeah, it's it, right? I mean, what else can you say? And after you say that, it would be really also good to say, and I recognize that if you're down here, those guys down there, you guys can work just as hard as me. Chances of you being where I'm at are not likely. You can work really hard. You guys, those two might. They might surpass the two of you. But poor people in the United States are not going to surpass rich people in the United States. They're not. It's built into the system. And so that's the mechanisms of inequality. So that's the ideology where you got, like, we check ourselves. But up here, we have to think that. Like, you have to think that. We all have to think it. Like, I have to think, well, but, I got here by working really hard, and so they can do the same. No, they can't. There's not enough resources in the world for poor people. I'll be in India in 3 weeks. And when I'm in India, and I'm walking around India, and I'm like, damn, these people are working hard, y'all. Like, I remember in India, I was watching this dude with a hammer all day long in the blazing sun. I was there in July, and it was like 42 degrees. So it was like 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And this dude was sitting in the blazing sun like this with a hammer, chopping rocks, pounding rocks, man. That was his job, just like boom, just breaking up rocks. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm watching him. And I was sitting at a cafe, and I'm watching him, and an hour goes by, and then I went somewhere else, and I came back 5 hours later. You know where he was? He was right here, man, doing this. Boom, 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 just chopping rocks. And I'm like, damn, There's nobody in the Indian elite up here that's working as hard as that guy. He's working hard, but he's just pounding rocks, and like he's not going to get anywhere. But he's working hard. And what would you tell the guy who's pounding rocks?
I have no idea.
No, you do. You know.
I mean,
It's simple, actually.
I don't have it.
Dude, you tell him, don't stop pounding rocks, bro.
Keep them going.
Keep going, because if you stop pounding rocks, you'll have nothing. You may not get much from pounding rocks, but you got something from pounding rocks. You know what I mean? He gets some kind of rupees to feed himself or his family, so it's like, okay, pound the rocks. That's all it is. You just don't walk away and say, if he just pounded a little harder, he might get where I'm at. So I'm sitting in my cafe drinking a beer. I can't say to the dude, oh, that dude right there, well, I'm looking at him. If he just pound a little harder, if he had a bigger hammer, if he was wiser about it, he could be where I'm at. It's like, nah, dude, that dude ain't going to ever be where I'm at. And that's a different story. He might, as an individual, maybe because he might like say, oh, wait, if I just invested in this other hammer, I could pound twice as many rocks. And the other 20 people around him would never think that, and he's the special one. Got it? But the other 20 people aren't going to. You can all do that. Who has a question, man? Yo, bro, in the front, man. Do you have a microphone, bro? Can you give it to the dude in the front?
Well, I mean, you're defining success or the way one gets success as just working. And you've explained clearly that, you know, these people, they all start at different places, and your idea is they're all working hard, so they all move at the same pace. And even if one of them is working less hard and he's working harder, maybe he's going to move a little bit faster, but maybe he won't necessarily catch up. But to me, like, I don't think success is entirely hinged on hard work.
Okay.
You have to factor in for ingenuity. Like, the guy pounding rocks, yeah, he can pound rocks, and maybe he'll eventually be able to get a better hammer so he can pound rocks faster. But if he were to say, think of an entirely new way to pound rocks that would like completely, you know, revolutionize pounding rocks.
Okay, dude.
Then that gives him he's allowed to jump up.
Got you.
And then obviously the logical extension of this discussion is just a question of economics.
Okay, dude, but let me say this. You are absolutely very cool idea. You're on point as an individual case. But if we look at 40 million poor people in the United States, ingenuity has very little to do with it. I'm looking at large systems. So I'm not really interested in Zaire and Nico as two individuals. One of them might be ingenious. But poor people in America can all come together and put their heads together and come up with the most ingenious effing idea in the world to make $1 gazillion. All 40 million poor people in America, they will never be up there. They won't, because this is the mechanism of inequality.
Yeah, that's the
One of
reality
them
the
might,
economic
but
system.
what's that?
I said, yeah, that's the reality of the economic
Dude,
system.
exactly. It's the reality of the economic system. You know what the other reality is? The people up here, you all, many people included, who think that one of the reasons that the United States is so rich is because we're just so smart and we work so hard, has nothing to do with the fact of how we put down other nations and destroy them. It's the people up here have to also have this ideology that, well, we must be special somehow, because I'm up here now, right? We must be special, we must be hardworking, we must be something, because we got to explain how it is that we got here. And how do you explain that? How do you explain it? And what I'm saying as a sociologist, some of it is hard work, some of it is this, some of it is that, and some of it is simply nothing other than the mechanism of system reproduction, bro.
I have a question about the previous graph about
Yeah.
like the college worth. You said it was like comparing apples to apples, and I wasn't really sure about that because I didn't know what factors were included. Like, if you come from a really rich family, you're more likely to have a safety net after college, so that gives you
exactly.
more of an ability to go for like a very competitive but more lucrative job, whereas
Exactly.
somebody who comes from nothing just wants a steady paycheck and wants something that's
Yeah.
so they don't have to live in as much poverty as they have. So it doesn't make as much money, but it's
Yep.
more secure.
That's right, exactly. So the issue is this. If you go to that graph and you think the ideology is work hard, go to college, get a college degree, right? That's the idea. Well, work hard, go to college, get a college degree. That's great. But wealthy people are going to be in a different position after they get their college degree
Right.
than poor people for all the reasons you just said. And so therefore, this idea, like Chris would say, hey, work hard and get your college degree, and you can be here too. It's like, no, you can't be here. Bro, the likelihood that Nico and Zaire are going to be in the bottom orange graph, and these two, Layla and Chris, are going to be in the upper orange graph is tremendous. So Chris can say, hey, just work hard and go get your college degree. If that's not going to answer the question. Yeah, you see that, right? Does that make sense, bro? Somebody else. Does
Sam,
anybody
can I-
else have anything?
Sam, can I just ask something?
Yeah.
So I think that, like, I'm noticing a lot of confusion on Twitter side as well. So I just wanted to say that, like, this example right now, I feel like some people are just overthinking it and adding too much into it. Like, this is an example of just, it is what it is. Like, motivation aside, self-motivation aside, drive aside, entrepreneurship aside, like, social class, the way that economics works, this is just, it is what it is. You think having motivation and a lot of motivation can help you get up there. You think coming up with a new idea to pound hammer harder and faster will get you up top. But, like, that's not executing the point. And also, I feel like you're struggling to execute the point, or maybe students are struggling to understand your point, is because you're not at a certain slide yet. So
Yeah.
I think that's why they're asking questions right now.
All right.
But there is confusion. But, like, right now, this is just what it is. You think motivation alone will get you to the top. You think coming up with a new idea will get you to the top. But that's the point. It won't. It's not.
No, it might. It might.
It might.
For an individual.
But you're not at a certain slide yet.
All right, I'll get there.
Okay.
I will get there.
So, like, hold tight. Don't get frustrated with Sam or, like, anything
And look,
like that.
here, and let me respond to what Jiggy just said. Thanks, man. Look, take this. Take the 1,000 poorest people in the United States who are also the most ingenious. Like, we find the 1,000 most ingenious people. I mean, we all agree. All the experts in the world say, like, these are the most ingenious people in the United States who are also poor. And we put them down there. And then we take the 1,000 most ingenious people in the United States who are also really, really, really rich. So who's going to end up on top? The rich ones. Ingenuity isn't going to help. It's not going to help. Because the most ingenious people are being compared to the most ingenious poor people. We're going to compare it to the most ingenious rich people. And if you're down here and you're really, really poor and you're competing against the most ingenious, really rich people and you're the most ingenious poor, it's not going to help. Because they're going to keep going further. You see, so it's not about ingenuity. It might be for one person. It might be for you. It might be for you. But when we start putting large groups of people together, it is not about that. And what we do is, like Chris, what you said, the very first thing you said is, all I can say is, if I work really hard, if you just work hard, you can get somewhere. You'll be better off. You can make it, right? And what you should say is, look, all I can say is, if you work really, really hard, you'll be better off than if you don't work hard. You may never catch up to the people at the top, but at least you'll be better off. Like, look, dude, if you guys work really, really hard, maybe you get to that step. But at least you're not going to be down here. If you don't work hard, you'll be down here. So, Chris, that's all you can say is that. And that's enough. Nobody has to say anything more than that. So all you budding capitalists out there, does anyone still think that the entire group of poor people, if you took the 1,000 most brilliant poor people, they could overcome the 1,000 most brilliant rich people? Does anyone think that? Nobody, right? We're good? So that's not what it is. It might work for you. It might work for one person, but it's not working for the group. And that is how inequality operates, y'all, right? That's how it operates. And that's how it operates with race. And that's where we're going to go to at this point in time. Are we cool? Dude, thanks, dog.